Right, Ernesto, I'm really pleased to bring us this week the top 10 social media challenges. Those memes, those things that people go, oh my goodness, I can't believe people are doing this. When did that become a thing? And then they do it themselves. It becomes an even bigger thing. So let's work our way through them. They are crazy, and we're going to show you examples of each of them as they come up. But here we have it on the Toilet Paper Diaries, the top 10 social media challenges of all time. Do you want to take the first one, shall I, Ernesto?
Please go ahead, please.
Okay, the first one is the 10-year challenge. And you may have seen this with lots of celebrities like Reese Witherspoon, Ellen DeGeneres, just say Ellen, and lots of other people saying, right, that was me 10 years ago, this is me now. So it's basically a comparison of how things have changed and how much you've changed in 10 years. The only person that doesn't have any difference is Tom Cruise. Not even a wrinkle.
That was funny. So now let's go to number 9, and I think that's the Until Tomorrow challenge, which is about posting an embarrassing picture of you on Instagram and leaving it there for 24 hours and saying until tomorrow, and then afterwards you have to take it off. If that is the challenge, if I understand correctly, right, Dave?
That's it, and people have done it. It's embarrassing, and some people were just like, why are we watching this rubbish? And I can side with them on it, but have a look. Next up, number 8 is one that I laughed my head off at because it was so ridiculous. It's called the cinnamon challenge. The idea is you get a spoon of cinnamon and you have to swallow it. Now what happens is, because the nature of cinnamon is it's like flour, it cakes the back of your throat. You can't swallow it without enough saliva, and it starts to make you choke and you can't breathe. And it doesn't matter who you are, you start to lose consciousness if you don't get rid of it. Like most of its social media challenges, it's kind of dangerous, but also hilarious to watch.
Okay, so in number 7, we have the Kylie Jenner lip challenge. And this one is insane. This one is about to get, those humongous lips. I cannot do it myself. But anyway, what they were doing is they were just getting those suckers in their mouth, or they were just getting a vacuum cleaner, or they were just getting all sorts of different things to get the lips very big. And some of them are very funny. You're watching some of them here on the screen, and they are just absolutely hilarious.
Mad. Next up, number 6 is planking. Now, planking is the idea that you lie down still as a board, but you do it somewhere inappropriate. So people being planks at the top of buildings, climbing up scaffolding to be a plank at the top of that, between 2 parts of a bridge, planking absolutely everywhere, the most ridiculous places to plank. And it became a thing, and everybody was doing it. Apart from me, I would just have no interest in being a plank. It's hard enough to do that when you're in the gym. But it became a thing, and so that's why number 6 is planking.
Great. Now, this one I think is just crazy. Every time that I see one of those Geeky videos, it's just, I go like, why do they have to do that thing? It's the Geeky challenge. It's that song from Drake. I think it's from his album Scorpion. And they have to Geeky, and then they have to be running next to the car. I've seen so many of these things going wrong. I mean, why do people have to do these kind of things? But that is actually number 5, the Geeky challenge. Doing this stupid thing that you're seeing right now on a screen.
Only watching the ones that go wrong, I think, Ernesto. The amount of people whose cars drive off, or, well, some people get hit by cars on the wrong side of the road, or they're doing it, but they've got, like, cows pulling a cart, and they jump off, but or camels. It's incredible. So yeah, the Geeky challenge is brilliant. Number 4 is actually one that I kind of wanted as number 1, but then we start getting into bonkers territory, so it made no sense. The mannequin challenge is the idea that you freeze time, and the camera continues moving all the way around everybody. So the one that we did in Dubai Rugby Sevens, we did a mannequin challenge for 50,000 people. So you'll see me in this clip at the center of the pitch, dressed as Fred Flintstone, and we froze everybody. Now the song that we used, which everybody used, was Black Beatles, which you might not play now, but you can see what we're doing anyway. And so everyone freezes. And it was all across the world that we had this massive challenge, and we managed to get a record of some description until the week later. And I think it was in the South Africa Rugby Sevens, they decided to orchestrate it And start off with rather just a camera seeing everybody in the stadium, the camera was roaming through all the different changing rooms and past the cafeteria, and everyone was frozen in that one. So they were better than us, but we started it before they did.
Insane. And then now let's go to number 3, which is a running man. What is
the running man? Is what we do is 2 guys, I think the basketball players, decided to run on the spot, and it became a meme. And so everybody started doing this running on the spot thing. And so it just became a hugely popular thing to do in clubs, or to do in bars, or to do in public, and to get it on social media, where you're just running this weird run that these guys are doing.
And Dave, number 2.
Number 2 is a Harlem Shake. Now this probably is my personal favorite, because you can't do the Harlem Shake unless you do it 100%. The idea is you play this really weird track, and you have a whole crowd of people doing nothing in particular. One person stands up, they start doing some kind of weird action or dance. The 30 seconds to do it, and you're thinking, what's all this about? And then the flip happens, and the whole scene is redone, and everybody's going bonkers. And these are genius. It's worth your while just deep diving into the Harlem Shake, because you see people doing the most incredible things in the military, or at parades, or at graduations, or in bars and clubs, and it is a joy, and I love that. That's why number 2 is a Harlem Shake.
Yeah, and I think because you prepared this, you have the honors of announcing number 1.
Thank you so much. Number 1, and this is one that I actually did, and maybe you've done too, Ernesto, is the Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, the reason I chose this to be number 1 is because so many celebrities embraced it. Now, it was basically a charity for ALS, ALS. And the idea was that if you didn't do the Ice Bucket Challenge when you're challenged to, you had to make a donation to charity, and it raised a ton of money, and celebrities gave money in many cases as well. So the idea was that if you didn't do it in 24 hours and post a bucket of ice water being plunged over your own head, or somebody plunges over you, then you have to pay. But what you do get to do is you then get to nominate on your video who goes next. So it's like a pay it forward chain letter type experience. And everybody from the Avengers, like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, to people like Bill Gates, everybody and his dog was involved in this, with the biggest and most wild ice bucket challenges. And it was great. I don't know how much money was raised, but it was an interesting time. And I did it once. Never, never, ever again. It's very cold.
That's great job, Dave. I love this top 10. But guess what? We are out of time.
Thanks for watching the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you watch all the videos over here. There's 2 choices for you. Or, of course, I'm Dave Crane coming from Dubai.
And this is Ernesto Verdugo coming from Houston.
And I think we should send a message. Hold on.
What is this?
Subscribe.